Hello there, good morning. It's such a beautiful day to be alive, and I'm particularly excited. That's another Monday morning, and we are again doing our 7:45 appointment together. To everyone joining me live, thank you. Thank you for giving me a share of your time. And for those of you that will watch afterwards, I say a big thank you too. And like I always ask, never forget to like the video, to pass a comment, and to share it. Let your world know that there is something called Knocks to Nuggets. And today is another edition of the Possibility series. And I'm so excited with the person I have in the house today. Now, I've met her like 4 years ago, and it's been 4 amazing years. She is a Jesus addict. She's a serial entrepreneur. She's actually building a conglomerate. She's a girl child advocate. She believes strongly that whatever you can think, you can do. And I'm so glad to bring her to you today. And I know that from her, you will learn deep truths that will help you on your entrepreneurial journey. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me today to receive in the house Adesewa.
Thank
Ooh.
Thanks for having me.
It's such
Ma.
a joy to have you. Thank you so much for agreeing to come.
Thank you, ma. Good morning, ma.
Good morning. Wow. I've known you for quite a while, and I've watched your brand grow. I want to start today by asking you now. So, Possibility Series is actually a way of telling the world that 3 John 2 still works, that God still wishes above all things that we prosper. Sometimes we have gone away with the mentality that money is filthy, that
Mm-hmm.
money is for those that do not know God. We have gone away thinking that money is not for the Christian. So when you see somebody who is comfortable, who is rich, and you're saying, I don't know how the person got his wealth. I don't know what the person has done. So coming to Possibility Series is to show people that you can truly make money the right way. So I
Yes.
will start by asking you, tell me a bit of your entrepreneurial journey. How did you find yourself in entrepreneurship?
Okay. Being an entrepreneur, I would say that I started back from secondary school
Wow.
because I'm this kind of person that I can sell anything. I used to say that the only thing I know I can sell is human being because way back from secondary school, I started from baking of pastries, cake. And then when my friends in school want to do a birthday, instead of them going outside to buy the cake,
Wow.
I would bake it. And then I don't know how to design then. I don't know how to put all the designs on cake, but I know somebody who can do it. So I will do the baking, and then I'll now take the cake to the person who can design it, and then she will do the design, and then I will deliver it. So I did that all through secondary school, but I never envisaged that it was going to be something like that would go serial and then it will really blow out this way because I think I just had that spirit of entrepreneurship in me. So I
Hmm.
started from then. By the time I got to tertiary institution, I I continued the entrepreneurial journey by selling stuff. Like I before going to school, I go to Lagos market, I buy a lot of things, and then I take it to school, of course, add my profits, and I sell it to students at the beginning of the semester. So when they just come in, like the money is still there. The money, so I always target the beginning of the semester, the money is still there. So they buy jewelries, makeup. I do a lot of makeup, sales of makeup products, shoes, and then I just buy them and then I had the profit and then I sell to them and then they buy it. So that way I did all through my tertiary institution. Then eventually by the time I was going for service, I knew I didn't want to work for anybody. I had
Wow.
that at my at the back of my mind. I was not going to work for anybody. And then I started asking myself because you see all through this um bit by bit, they say tiny drops of water make a mighty ocean. Bit by bit,
Yeah.
the money wasn't really there. But it was just like, okay, I was doing it back and forth. I would of course have like what we call pocket money that I can make for myself apart from what my parents give to me. But by the time I was going for service, I told myself that, Adesewa, you know what, you really need money. And I wanted to travel out to buy some stuffs and bring in, but I was like, where will I get the money from? So when I was going for NYC, I saw it as a huge opportunity. So I just told myself, you know what, this your 12 month of NYC, all the money they give to you, you are not going to touch 1 naira out of it.
Wow.
Yes. So, and then, the government was paying us 20, it was 19,800 allowance, and state was paying us 5,000 naira allowance. But, I was also doing this small, small, I buy here, I buy this one for 10 naira, I sell for 20 naira. So I was using those little ones to sustain myself all through NYC. So the accumulation of the money I accumulated during the NYSC amounted to roughly about 250 to 270,000 naira in my
Wow.
account. And so I left the money there. So what I now did was to buy a ticket. I remember, to Dubai then. And as a then, ticket was just 105,000 naira. And then, truth is, I never knew anybody. All I knew in my head was I wanted to do business. I
Wow.
wanted to start buying and selling. And I just wanted to do it the right way. But I didn't really have the money. So I took a bold step. Say there's something they call do it afraid. Like,
Hmm.
years later, I asked myself that when I tell my story, years later, and I tell myself, people ask me that, come, how come you went to Dubai without, like, I bought a ticket, traveled to Dubai. I didn't know anybody. I had boarded the plane. I didn't even know where I was going to sleep when when I eventually land in Dubai. I didn't know where I was going to sleep. But like God will say, like the scripture will say, He would always direct our paths, and the path of the righteous are always directed by God. And then so I bought the tickets, but I didn't have money also to buy goods when I get to Dubai. And then so I got the ticket. I got into the plane. By the time I got down from the plane, I got to Dubai airport. Then the question rang in my head, Adesewa, where are you going? Like, I did not book any hotel. I don't have anywhere to stay, but I still had a little bit pocket money because I only bought ticket of 100,000 naira. And then, fortunately, two guys just walked up to me and they were like, we saw you in Nigeria. You boarded plane from Nigeria, but we missed that. It's like when we got to Qatar, we had two different airlines that brought us to Dubai. I said yes. They were not like, where are you going? I said, I don't know where I'm going. So they now said, so they now said to me that, okay, that we do business also in Dubai, that we stay in a particular popular hotel that Nigerians used to stay when they come to buy goods. And I was like, is it affordable? They were like, yes. And they were like, would you want to join us? I said, oh, I don't mind. And then I just got into the taxi with them, followed them to the hotel. And good enough, the hotel, it has separate wings for men and separate wings for women. So the women's zone, it's like a mini hostel. And then, and I just asked how much was the room how much was my bed space per night, and good enough, it was 4,000 naira way back then. This was over 10 years ago now, and it was just 4,000 naira. And I'm like, okay, how many days am I spending here? It was roughly 2 weeks. I looked at it four times, about 10 to 14 days was about 50,000. I was like, oh, I still have that in my pocket. So I made sure I paid completely that money. I paid remaining from, I had about 150,000 left, which I've changed to dollars. I paid to the hotel people, excuse me, that money. And then what I have left for me was to eat and do business, but there was no money for the business. So what did I do? The next day, in fact, not the next day, because the plane landed in the morning around 5 a.m. I slept, I had my shower. I was told the market to open around 10. Around 10, I went into the market, I surveyed. By the second day, I thought to myself, as at then, the social media we had only was Facebook. and I think BBM. Yes. So what did I do? All I did was I entered into the market. I started taking pictures of Indian wears, because they have lots of Indian wears. Started taking pictures of shoes. Then I started uploading it on Facebook. And then I started telling people, order and I will deliver in 2 weeks. Order, I'm presently in Dubai. I made massive crazy noise. Like, I knew my life depended on that thing. But I didn't know how I got to do it, but I knew my life depended on it. And I'm like, Shama, you will not come here and go back home empty handed. Like, you didn't come here for holiday. You came for business. So I kept on taking different pictures, going to different shops, and as God will have it, a lot of people were ordering and they were paying immediately. They were
Whoa.
paying immediately. So I shopped for shoes. I helped. So it was like I went there to do personal shopping for people, but I did have that agenda. But when I got there, I knew that I just needed a way out. So I shopped for shoes. I shopped for kiddies shoes. I shopped majorly for Indian wear. Some people started telling me that, oh, they want so material, this lace material. Can I get it for them? I was like, no problem. I entered into the market. I started snapping. They picked what they wanted. They ordered. They paid. And then by the time I was going back to Nigeria, I had about 3 boxes full with me of people's order. And from the airport, as I was getting to Nigeria from the airport, before going home, I started going to people to deliver what they ordered for. The remaining I delivered to them probably within the space of the remaining 1 week. So that was how I was able to, first break even on that particular journey. And then from,
Wow.
you know, people trusted me, like, okay, we paid. And then before I knew, some people started asking me for wholesaling. So before in the next 3-4 months, I went back to Dubai again, because I now had profits from that first trip. I had little profits, the profit that would be able to take me back again. I had profit, and then I went back again. And then by that time, I knew, I now asked my mom that, can you loan me, I think, about 200K to add to what I have. Because after that trip, I didn't really now do, okay, come and buy. I still had that as part of it, but I now wanted to have something I could stock also, that even if I finish selling those ones, I will still be able to sell from what I have as from my own. So I borrowed some money, like 300 or 200K from my mom. I can't really remember. And then with the come and buy, you order, you pay, and then I deliver. So I matched that together. And then I continued doing my Dubai trip every 3 months. I was able to
Wow.
Dubai, do that. And I did that for a couple of years. People really knew me with selling Indian wears. And then people now say, oh, no wonder you wear a lot of Indian wears. And I'm like, okay, yes. So after that, I did that for a couple of years, until God now diversified me into another business. And so I went from one business to another until I was able to align myself to the vision, the mission I wanted
Hmm.
to follow. And then I have kind of some chains of business that are really they're like chain business, they're interrelated now. And then I see it as a conglomerate in the nearest future.
Wow. 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 I never heard this before. That was some bold move. Wow. Somebody rightly said it, said that was bold. That was audacious. That
Me,
was
it was recently when I was saying the story. I just said to myself, I said, Adesewa, come. How did you leave Nigeria without knowing anybody, knowing where you will sleep? Like, you didn't even look at what risks are involved in this. Like, I was just like, you know what? I just have to get this done.
hmm.
That was
So
how.
from that story, because one of the things people have said over time is that if you have never worked for somebody before, you cannot succeed in your own business. But I'm hearing a complete departure from that. Now it sounding like a myth from you, but something was clear. You knew what you wanted. So yes, you didn't know how, you didn't know who to talk to, but you knew what you wanted. And you were self motivated, self driven. So, one of the key learnings I'm taking from you is that to succeed as an entrepreneur, you must know your why.
Yes.
Why are you into this? Why do you want to succeed? And it must be strong enough to drive you to the craziest things, even when everybody is saying no. Because of what you know, you can dare the uncharted waters and still succeed. So, I mean, you said something. Yes, thank you very much, Reverend Mark. Said, be creative with your strategy and leverage on other people's money, because that was what you did. You built totally from other people's money.
Yes.
Other people's money. That's an amazing testimony. I'm seeing people telling me, awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's true. I never heard this before. Maybe if I've heard it before, I'll have run. I think it true. I said, wow, this girl was very crazy to get this done. But for everybody I've spoken to on Possibility Series, I hear them do things that ordinarily you would think it doesn't work. So to go into entrepreneurship, you must be ready to dare the waters. Just dare, just jump. I remembered, so I'm going to come back to you, but I remembered a story somebody said recently of a guy that was by the cliff. He was falling and was holding on to a tree stump, and underneath him was water. And he was shouting, somebody please help me, somebody please help me. And nobody seemed to be in sight. And then he said, anybody out there, please help me. Then he heard a voice, I am God, I'm here to help you. So how will you help me? He said, let go of the tree stump. And God just said, is there any other person out there? It's like, let go of the tree stump. No, but you actually let go of the tree stump. You dared to trust God. And today your story is interesting. So from how did you then transit from, because when I met you, I called you a herbalist. By the time I met you, you were a phytotherapist, and Adesewa can sell everything herbs for you. So I started calling her Elewe Omo. If you're a Yoruba person, you know what that means. Everything she had a leaf, a herb, and she would tell me, God has everything in nature for you. How did you transit from buying and selling to become a phytotherapist, somebody that would give everything about plants to people?
Okay, so first, going into skincare business, while I was doing the Dubai runs, uh, I I was also trying to sell cosmetics. Like from Dubai, I pick very good products and then I bring them to Nigeria. Then apart from that, growing up, my mom usually treat us when it comes to typhoid malaria. She would always treat us with herbs, and then and I just discovered that it is the herbs that she plants in the compound that she would just pluck some, pound them, and give it to us to drink, and we would be fine. So it's like she, and then my mom has a kind of ledger that she writes a lot of herbal concoctions inside. She would just write some stuff, malaria medication, typhoid medication, and then I discovered that what she writes in them are leaves that we can just drink and then we would be fine. So when I was going to start my own skincare brand, I choose to use leaves also instead of going the chemical way that it's the hype out there. Like people want to bleach, people want to whiten their skin. I choose to do it differently. That with skincare products, you can heal not only your skin, your skin, but even your system, your body, because whatever that goes in on your skin, because you have open pores, they go right into your body also, and even transit into your bloodstream, and then they can cause damage even to your own health. So I choose to do it the about way. So whatever skincare products we have, we make sure we were using herbs. Then one day I said to myself that if we could put this, if these things are edible enough, that because what I use are mainly edible stuff like fruities and herbs that you can drink. And I'm like, okay, so if we're healing their skin, why not let us heal them even from inside also? And that was how I started. So I just started with using some of the raw materials we use in our skincare product. I know they're so edible, like your orange, your turmeric, your pawpaw, your pineapple. We use all of that in skincare products and a whole lot of leaves like that. And I'm like, okay, why not let people drink up these things if it's gonna heal them from inside? And I remembered I started with just few, like treating very few selected cases like partial stroke, diabetes, hypertension. Those were what I started with way back then. And I started health, holistic wellness about let's say 4 5 years ago. And then when I saw that I was really getting intense in it, I decided to go for my certification in UK. And then I did my course, and then I got certified as a holistic therapist. And then I carved a niche of going mainly into fertility section. Even though I still do general wellness, I decided to carve that niche for fertility and for uterine and reproductive health system. So that became my major niche that people really really know me for. So that was how I transitioned, just knowing the fact that these herbal supplements that we use in skincare products will really heal our body also. I decided to, also start making it as okay a wellness product for people. And so that was
Wait,
how I.
wait. Shewa, wait. I'm getting. Wait. I need to stop you because I'm wondering. So it's like you decided to throw in the towel and research into these things. They were not things that were on the streets. They are not things that it's a low hanging fruit for anybody to just go and pick. Did you not? Were you not afraid that people will think you didn't study medicine? You are not a doctor. You are not a gynecologist. You're not even a pediatrician. You are none of anything medical. I'm not sure you can spell medical if you come to that word.
I hated
And here
medicine.
you are offering people something for their health, and they're able to trust you and get results. How are you able to convince people that you knew what you were doing?
Okay, so the thing is, first, I go with families first. Like, okay, within myself, my community, like, okay, me first. Like, before I will give you anything to take, I'll make sure I've taken it for a long period of time. Then I do what we call a lot of research. I hardly get to sleep, to be honest. I do a lot of research, and then I make sure I know the nitty gritty of a particular plant before
Hmm.
out there for sale. Yes. And then when I knew that people may be scared, quote and unquote, that, oh, is she certified? Is she? But funny enough, I think because of integrity over the past years, people
That's the word. That is
just,
the word.
because when I was transitioning from Dubai runs to building my own brand, I leveraged on the people I have sold to when I was
Leverage.
doing the Dubai hustling. It was the same set of people that now started the SBM brand with me. So
Wow.
yes, it was the same people. So of course, referrals came in, and then they were like, it was like whatever she gives us, we trust it. And that's
Hmm.
why today it's like almost every day SBM brings out a new product. And then we bring out a new product today and it is sold out. And then I look at it that people don't even wait to say that, oh, can I see a review of so person who have used it? Can I see a review? People don't even ask us for reviews. They don't. It's like, okay, once it's SBM, what I hear people say is, once it's SBM, I trust it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
hear that a lot. Once
Wait,
it's
wait,
S-
wait, wait. Let me pick that. Let me pick that. Let me pick that. Just hold on. Because I hear it clearly. Integrity is huge in business.
yes.
And history doesn't forget.
Oh,
So don't think you can start by cutting corners, then transit to integrity and people will follow you. They will keep remembering how you scammed them. They'll keep remembering how what you offered them did not work for them. Those things will keep speaking loud to you. And I hear you say, use your circle. I mean, people in your own circle must be able to trust you
mm,
and say, if this person says it, so it is. So, in building integrity, you must start from your household, people around you. People should be able to trust you. Your yay should be your yay, your nay should be your nay. And you then are building gradually. So, integrity cannot be overemphasized. If you must succeed, start with integrity. And I love this, and I'm throwing it also on the screen. When your why is clear, you will do your own work and become an expert. Nobody was born an expert. No matter what area of you are into,
Yeah.
somebody was there before you. Learn what the person knows and then build on it. Leverage on your integrity, leverage on your goodwill, and prove yourself trustworthy. It's so true. You don't have a choice in business. If people must buy from you, the first thing they are buying is trust. People don't even care what you are holding until they care that you can be trusted. So even when you are representing another brand, people are not buying that brand first. They are buying you first and then the brand. So building trust is it. Yes, integrity, sine qua non, critical. There is no two ways about it. But in today's world, integrity is scarce. How
Yes.
have you been able to deal that?
Well, I think first is a part of me.
Mm,
If I tell you one thing about me is I hate lies, number one. So
mm,
I dare not lie to another person because I hate it when people lie to me. And then for me, starting that business, for people to give me their money, they only saw me on Facebook. They only know that I post on Facebook, and they were like, "Okay, I can trust her enough. Let me just give her my money." They didn't even know I was broke. Like I didn't have money to shop those things. All I was doing was pay. I was just like, I have pay, and I will bring it, and they paid. So why wouldn't I give them what they paid for?
mm.
And I was looking at sustainability of business. Me, I was looking at a generational business that I would give,
Sustainability.
yes, that I would give to my offspring. I wasn't looking at a side hustle that I'm just doing by the way. No, I
Mm,
wanted to build a brand, but I wasn't really in the know what the brand was going to look like at the end of the day. And that was why when I knew that, like this health thing, when I knew it was getting so serious, and I was having a lot of medical cases that probably that have been condemned, I just
wow.
needed to go get my certification. And that's one thing also. You don't say that because you are good at something, then you leave it unprofessional. I had to go
Mm,
professional about it and just go do my course and get the certification to be a cert. And today, of course, I can practice anywhere in the world as a holistic therapist. But I started without that certification, to be honest. But today, I made sure I am certified. And then this same thing, by the time I started growing into a company, I made sure it was my keyword to every staff. Don't lie
mm,
to any clients, don't lie to any customer. Whatever this product we do, let them know this is what this product we do. Like we stick to our own plant-based. And that was what made us stand out also. For me, going into business, I look at what people do. Like people say something that a market is saturated. I say something, no market is saturated. You can
wow.
stand out in a saturated market because this is what I do with every business I go into. Now, everybody is doing skincare, right? Fine, I will do it in a different way, in a way other people will not do it. I do my own to heal the skin, to heal the body. The same way, a lot of people do what we call elewe omo, but I don't do it that way. I do it in an okay, like in a usual unusual elewe omo in Nigeria cannot practice anywhere in the world, but I can practice anywhere in the world. If you are tradomedic, yes, you can only stay in Nigeria to do your tradomedical whatever. But as a holistic therapist, I can go anywhere in the world to practice. I'm licensed to practice. So I make sure that I look at what everybody does and then I take my own above the bars.
Wait, Shewa, let me hold you there. You are saying so many things. Without doubt, we must have a part two. This one, there is no controversy. There is no way we can finish up today because we have not even touched your business line at all. There are some things I still know you do that I want to talk about, and we have not even scratched it. So clearly, we must do a part two. But I hear you. Think long term, think legacy, think sustainability, build a generational business that would outlive you, that will pass on to generations, even yet unborn, and become one of the top 100 brands. Aim local. I love that. Get certified. Don't just stop where you are and say because one or two people use your product, you have gotten to the uhuru, you have gotten to the peak, and just sit down and relax. No, keep going until your good is better and your better best. Never stop. That's what we learned. Good, better, best. I would never rest until my good is better and my better best. But unfortunately, many people have forgotten that because the money does not come immediately. Many times you put in, you don't get that 100%, 200%, 300% returns many times. And people are looking for the quick fix, looking for the quick money. They want the money now, now, now. So, Shewa, I'm going to come back to you. I'll get a date from you to really dig in. You said so much. We need to break it down. We need to ask ourselves some major questions. We need to provide answers. We need to encourage the upcoming people. You said something that no space is saturated. That even in that saturated market, you can stand out. So we're going to look at how do you stand out in a saturated market? Because people are standing out, and you are. When I met you, I think you had a line of about 4 or 5 products, but now I've lost touch.
500.
How many?
500.
Jesus is Lord. Wow. You know, one of the things, one of the things I got from you, when after I started relating with you, I couldn't cook with Maggie again. Because I then found out that I didn't need Maggie to cook. There were so many things that are natural that I could put in my food and get taste from them. And I realized that I didn't need to do Maggie. So when people are cooking and they are saying they're looking for Maggie, I'm looking at them and saying, really? Is that an English word? And you know, even tomato paste, I don't know when last I used tomato puree. I have These things are so scarce around me now. And these are some of the things that you have rubbed off on me. We will dig into that another day. I'm not promising next week because we have a guest coming up next week. But surely, please keep your calendar open because I'm coming to you for a date. Everyone on the call, I'm sure everybody wants to hear a whole lot more from you. We have not even scratched the surface and we have gone for over 30 minutes. Shewa, thank you so much. I'm not going to take your last word because this is not yet there. We still have a whole lot to talk about. So I'm not taking last word from you at all. We have a lot to do. But I will put a pause on Possibility Series with Adesewa and we're going to come back to you. So until I come back with Adesewa, somebody said, well done. Thank you, BMG. Thank you. Well done, Adesewa. You are truly inspiring. Your can-do spirit is contagious, and I've woken up now. Yes, I can. And that is all. I mean, if that is the testimony of this edition, it's made my day. So, Adesewa, I'm going to just put a pause on this edition. I'm coming back to you for a part 2 of Possibility Series with Adesewa. Thank you for keeping your calendar open because I'm coming again.
All right, thank you.
So that was Adesewa. I mean, we have not even scratched the surface. She's a bundle of so much. And I know that you are going to glean a lot from her. She's got to come back. There's nothing we can do about that. She has to come back for a part 2, hoping it will not be a part 3. For everybody on this call, thank you so much. But before I sign off, next week, Monday, I'm so excited. 21st of June, it will be Patrotita with Praise for Wowe. Patrotita with Praise for Wowe. You don't want to miss it. Mark your diary, set the alarm, send out the flyer to your friends, tell your colleagues about it. Let everybody know that next week, Monday, right on this space, we're going to be having Praise for Wowe on Patrotita as we honor the fathers on Father's Day. So a lot has been said today, and I want to ask you to please take your time, go over it again. So many nuggets, you didn't hear it all. Number 2, like I will always ask, share this video with somebody. Somebody out there is struggling to start, is afraid to start. Let them hear somebody who started afraid, who started crazy, but today she has a brand of about 500 products. Man, that's mind-blowing. Our clientele, the day I spoke with her and I was asking about even to get her out, It was so much. Her phone kept buzzing. People are calling. People are trying to reach her because of the value she's adding to them. So stay tuned for a part 2 of this series. But until I come your way next week, Monday, with praise for what we're in the house, don't forget it. Whatever you can think, you can do it. And of course, together we win. God bless you. Thank you so much for being on this call with me. I truly, truly, truly do appreciate you. So see you next week, Monday. Bye for now.